Hey, you. Yes, you. The one who thinks they missed the 5D bus, okay? You didn't, okay? And guess what? There was no bus, okay? It was more like a revolving door, okay? One you walk in and out of depending on your soul's growth, your mood, thoughts, and feelings, which equates to your frequency and thus your vibe. So let me just say this right up front, okay? The earth is not splitting, okay? No one's boarding a spaceship to the 5D while the rest of poor little souls are getting left behind in the 3D traffic. Stop the madness. We are human beings that are ever evolving, okay? And the vibration is in constant motion and has to be. Even if it looks stagnant, it's not. The universe is in constant motion. Even if our eyes think that it's stagnant, it can't. It wasn't designed that way, okay? It's constantly changing, even in the minute little particle, okay? This idea that I've been hearing around so much in social media that we hit the 5D once and now we just float around like spiritual influencers in our designer robes, drinking our quantum kombucha. No. My beautiful humans, sorry to burst your bubble, okay, or multi-dimensional bubble. And I speak from experience, not from airy-fairy theories. My physical human avatar experienced going through dimensions after my incredible 2012 experience, where I heard a frequency in my ear, and a few months later, I started to see this quantum reality, like particle of atoms. And trust me, it was not dust. It took me 15 years, right, to process seeing so much incredible things like this, okay? Like the particle of atoms and my ability to see, feel, and sense energy amplified 10x, okay? In ways my human consciousness can't even process. Can't process it all. It took me 15 years. And I'm still processing. Now, the truth is, we have an ebb and a flow, okay? Constantly. You might spend mornings deep in your 3D life existence, right? Spilling maybe coffee on yourself, and then suddenly you hit the 5D because a beautiful butterfly or something incredible happened to you, where you felt like the cosmos was just whispering to you and you felt super aligned. You see, that's how it works because it's an ebb and flow. It's not a destination. It's a journey, and it's an ever-evolving journey where we transition from one to the other all throughout our lives, okay? We seesaw, we shift, we swirl, okay? We don't just hop onto the 5D and go, woohoo, I'm good, I made it, no shadow work for me, woohoo. That's not how it works. And let's get something else straight, okay? When you feel out of place, lost, or just out of balance, it doesn't mean you're regressing, okay? It just means you're, well, human. Transitioning, integrating, downloading. The time that you spend in each dimensional state, it all depends on you entirely, your soul's growth, your frequency, and your evolution. So if you think that you're behind, you're not, because maybe your soul needed more time. So be kind to yourself always, okay? And you're exactly where you need to be, even if you don't believe it. So all these videos out there going like saying, oh, the earth is splitting and the new earth is coming and you're not going to make it, hop onto the bus. Well, real cute, okay, but highly misinformed. So I'm here to bring a little voice of reason, okay, maybe a dash of sarcastic clarity, because that's just how I am, and a whole lot of truth, okay, based on my physical experience and with my eyeballs of seeing this quantum world after my unique experience in 2012. Now I want to tell you something really important. Ready? Listen up. We're all going to make it. Every single one of us. I mean, we're all going to die in this life experience, but I'm saying we're going to make it, that you didn't miss out on the 5D bus, okay? So every single one of us on our own timeline, in our own soul's evolution, okay? It's not a hierarchy. It's not a race. You are exactly where you need to be because the universe rearranges to your current state. The world is truly incredible, okay? When you make a decision, it rebalances itself out, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, but on a massive scale, right? And it's more like elastic, really. But the quantum world is just and fair, okay? It knows you inside and out. You can't lie to the universe. Even if you try, go for it. It gives you back what you give because that data that you're sending out, which is your frequency, which is your thoughts, which is your feelings, it's sending out that data and it's coming back to you because we're all magnets to everything that we think and feel. So you attract the people, places, and things that are aligned with your vibe, right? Even if you feel off, you can just return back to yourself, your core essence. The more you stay in that, the more you adjust. But remember, you're only human. So you will fluctuate, okay? Because you're meant to. So don't be so hard on yourself, okay? Be kinder because you're learning, growing, and evolving. It's an ebb and a flow, okay? This divine journey of yours. So now let me give you a quick whiteboarding visual, okay? Because I think it's better when humans connect an image to the word. There's a link to it and there's a connection. Go, aha, I get it better. Here's the earth, okay? I don't know, just kind of do just the circle, right? You could see it. Hopefully there's not a bad glare, right? Not the best marker, but you see the little circle over here. Maybe I'll do a different one next time. Now, the dimensional layers, okay, at core. Let's do the middle is 1D. The second layer is 2. Now the earth is vibrating now at 3. And it's raising its vibration. And you have 4 and 5. And of course, etc., etc., etc. Okay? They just keep going up in their dimensions. Now, you might ask yourself, well, what happened to the 4D? Well, my next video is going to be discussing what the heck happened to the 4D? Did we skip it? We didn't. Actually, we went through a time warp and zipping straight through it to get to the 5D because time had to realign itself. It's a whole nother video that'll be next that I will be doing to explain it all. But back to the dimensional layers, okay? So you're at the 3D, if you could see this, right? Or maybe even higher, who knows, right? But we fluctuate, and then you have the 4 and the 5, and etc. And it keeps going up in all the other dimensions, okay? Especially when you go out of body, okay? Like I do. So you fluctuate, okay? It's an ebb and a flow. If you want to think of it like a spiderweb, you go back and forth in different times, and you do not just land at the 5D and stay. That's not the life experience, okay? Now, these aren't places, they're states of consciousness. You move through them based on your frequency, your thoughts, and your emotions. That's it. It's simple, okay? Now, dimensions and the layers of reality, they're different, but they intertwine, okay? Intermingle with one another. Kind of like peanut butter and jelly, okay? If you want to give a visual example, sort of. But cosmic, right? Your reality layer depends on your frequency output from the data, which means everything is in constant motion. It has to be. Energy has to be in motion all the time. Even if it appears to you that it's stagnant, it's not. Like when I see the particle of atoms, they're fireworks and they're shooting off every second all around us. They are minute and tiny. Imagine, I mean, you can't see it, but we're evolving. So I wouldn't be surprised if more people like me say, hey, I think I've been seeing particle of atoms. Yeah, I am sure that's going to be more and more people, okay? Because we're evolving. So when you see these fireworks shooting off everywhere, it can be a little distracting, right? But when you actually tune in your eyes, you could actually kind of scale it down. And I've learned how to do that. Where it's not as distracting to me on my day, right? And trust me when I say I've been through these layers of realities because after a very trippy spiritual experience years ago, I started to see things beyond human comprehension, okay? Now, I don't do drugs. My body literally can't because I went to a psychic once when I was in my 20s and she said one thing to me, don't do drugs. I mean, it sounds like she would say that to everybody, but she said specifically you, okay? You know, it's not that I didn't believe her, but I was like, But of course, I didn't listen. And one day, my brother was having a garage sale, okay? And he offered me the tiniest little amount of cannabis gummy. So I took the ear of the bear, the tiniest little amount, right? And after about 30 minutes or so, I started getting waves in my stomach, and the waves kept amplifying. And then suddenly, when it got to its peak, it literally pushed me out of my body and went straight back in, okay? And everything around me, it looked all the same. But it felt different, and I didn't realize until it happened again after however many minutes. I wasn't looking at the clock, and again that wave came around after, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, pushed me out again, and I felt lighter and lighter and lighter until I got to the peak. And I think I cycled 9 times. So when I got to the 9th time, suddenly the next count, it dropped me all the way down. Like I felt like a sack of potatoes. Like I was, ooh. And it cycled like that for a few hours until basically that the cannabis gummy went out of my body, which took a few hours. So wild experience. I literally thought I was dying, okay? My brother said, I remember, he said to me, people would pay thousands of dollars to go through that experience that you have. I was like, no, thank you. If I knew that was going to happen, I would never have taken it, okay? But the reason why I mention that is because it happened to me. And I know that I was going through the layers of the dimensions, okay? I was going through approximately 9, but I didn't count because when I was going through that, I literally thought I was dying, right? But there is actually a certain amount. It's not infinite because on Earth, evolution at this time, it has a certain scope, a certain limit to how many layers of that dimensions it can go through. But we're evolving, and that evolution will expand in time. But the one I went through was about 9 times, okay? So when the new Earth started emerging after 2012, the frequency, it was just a frequency, and I heard it in my ear, okay? And it was the time that the Mayans said there was going to be a shift. I was expecting nothing, 0, okay? I was curious though. But on that day, the Mayans said there will be a shift, which was December 21st, 2012, if I got that right, because that's when it happened to me. It really did. There really was a shift that started. But now I see, I see it for what it is. I mean, it took me 15 years to process it. I mean, because it's so incredible, so out there, that you can't relate to anybody on this stuff. And that's why I didn't even mention or talk about it, because I didn't want to be labeled as, I don't know, crazy or out there or something. But now it's time, because I took 15 years to process, all this stuff. And now I want to explain and talk about it, because some of the things that I see on YouTube, it's not aligned. So I'm going to speak my truths. That's all. I'm just going to make videos, and some things I agree with, sure, and some things I don't. Like the splitting of the earth, okay? Yeah, sure, it's not splitting, it's just a new frequency is emerging, which it has since 2012, and our bodies, our souls are adjusting to the frequency, and we're just merging, ebb and flow back. And so now this isn't some apocalyptic purge. It's a soul evolution, okay? You are right on time. You know when? Every time, okay? Even if it feels like you're behind, you're not, okay? That feeling that your soul is saying, hey, let's redirect because something feels off, well, that's part of your journey. That discomfort, that confusion, that cosmic identity crisis, it's all meant to just realign you, okay? So don't think you're too late, okay? Don't think you missed the boat. You are exactly where you need to be, in your perfect place, because you need time to process things, to realign, to heal, to adjust. So number 1, be kind to yourself wherever you are, okay? In your creations and manifestations. Why? Because you're only human, my love. And your soul signed up for this wild, beautiful, chaotic ride, okay? Whatever you want to name it, it knows your soul inside and out, and it rebalances everything across all lifetimes, okay? All energies, because it has to, and trust that, okay? So next time somebody tells you, I made it to the 5D, I'm done, woohoo, you can lovingly tell them, no babe, you're just resting and you're just fluctuating on different timelines, on different frequencies all the time. You could even sing it if you wanted to them, okay? As long as you keep it high vibe, hopefully, right? And remember, you are exactly where you need to be. You're right on time every time. The universe adjusts to match you. Even when you feel lost, even when you feel off, that is your soul nudging you to grow as you're evolving. So, like I said a million times in this video, be kind to yourself and live boldly. And please never let any woo-woo YouTuber video, whatever they're saying about splitting of the earth and you missed the bus, you didn't. Okay? Remember, I love you, I appreciate you, and for the 100th time, you're right on time. You're exactly where you need to be, always. So thank you for sticking around till the end of this video. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.